Today we're having a look at a shipwreck here in Sargent Cove. This place was probably being used as a logistical hub to supply the nucleus with military equipment and to keep the sub and its crew operational. Although it seems this ship run aground with its barge full of supplies, and inside you can find some explosives and medical items. Mirelurks have set up in this spot, so you'll find two of them ready to ambush you the moment you decide to come over and pay them a visit. It seems that settlers, and over time, they have set up some bridges around this area. When the fog rolled in, obviously footfall across them wasn't as high as it used to be, and an awful lot of them have collapsed over time. Speaking of things that collapse, a notable mention is this little car over here. It's not too far away from the rope bridge complex, and it's even got a little rad chicken sitting outside. These things are pretty cool. Not to steal the show or anything, and you can pickpocket them and they won't give you any items. Over to the car though, it seems that there was a bit of a landslide from the nearby hill here, and some rock sediment rolled into this car, and this poor lady was buried. But there's a suitcase full of raider armour. Now, the suitcase itself is pretty generic. You do find it across the entire Commonwealth and in Far Harbour with the exact same pieces: raider chest piece, sturdy right arm, and the raider left arm. Just to give you a wee bit of armour if you're stuck for anything in this location, though. If you've made it this far and you don't have any good armour, well, you did very well. It's west of Kitteridge Pass and southwest of Horizon Flight 1207. Now, as always, we're going to take a little flying camera around the water here, see if there's anything cool, and see what's underneath the barge here. So, with the water drained, we can take a little flyby. You can see there's a lot of containers that have brushed off. I'm amazed that you don't have A, an option to break into some of them, and B, that other people haven't tried to break into them. I'm sure that they might be full of nuclear waste, or they could be full of items and provisions and food. Either way, they all seem to be owned by one company. When you go very close to some of the shipping containers, it says NAC on a lot of them, yeah. Now, that could just be some sort of shipping code, or it was a massive shipping conglomerate that existed in the pre-war era. Flying about a wee bit more, you can see plenty of other wreckages flying into them. Some of them may have med kits, though a lot of them don't have anything. This boat over here in particular had a lot of radioactive waste it was carrying, and on board, not too much going on. In fact, you can't really get to the lower level as it's completely covered in. Going right up to the crow's nest though, you can find a fire extinguisher. It's an awful swim for very little reward, but it is just popping its head out of the water. The sub base way off into the distance there. We'll be having a full look of the entire body of water in an upcoming episode. Another pier, lots of nuclear waste. That explains why the water is this horrendous looking colour. Just all the waste, and of course the sub base being a major contributor to such a natural disaster. Previously we looked at the rope bridge complex, a very cool fortification that you stumble across, very similar to one you can actually find in Skyrim. Alright, let's head on to our next destination. Thank you for watching.